Hey, welcome to the Sort of Okay show about horses with Buck and Kyle. My co-host, Buck.
Hi guys.
I'm not sure why he's the co-host and I'm the host, but I guess that's how it's going to be today.
As good as a teddy bear.
Yeah, so today we're starting our preview of Rolex, and we're going to go through the list of riders at Rolex one by one. We're going to cover all of them. We're giving ourselves a minute on the clock and then maybe 20-30 seconds to wrap up if there's something more that we need to say, like if I say how bad Buck is, I can't believe he's riding there.
Kyle always has lots to say.
Exactly. And the entry list is going to be in the order as it is for them showing. So I think it'll be good because you'll be able to actually follow it in sequence. And we're going to do this into probably 5-part episodes. We'll see how it cuts up, and we hope you guys enjoy it. So here we go. Number 1.
Phillip Dutton, FERNHILL FUGITIve. What do you think?
Well, I mean, obviously Phillip on anything is always a good bet. I've got to say there should be a top, there's definitely a top 10 there, if not top 5, and it wouldn't be any surprise to anybody to see him there. I don't think it's going to be the winner though.
I mean, Phillip is going great right now. All the horses seem to be on good form. FERNHILL FUGITIve, he's improved unbelievably. Remember in his first advance, I think he'd stopped and spun him off in the middle of the field at an event, and but he's gone from strength to strength, and it's win Red Hills, and he's got a chance.
He's got a chance. I just think that it's going to just be out of the reckoning as far as the top 3 spots, but I do think that it is always, Phillip will be walking down the ramp at the end of the weekend because that's just what he does. He knows how to win, he knows how to compete, and he's always knocking at the door. All right.
There we go.
We're right on it.
We're right on. We're good.
Good. Now we got Buck Davidson and Park Trader, some guy from Pennsylvania, I think.
Who's he?
I don't know.
I heard he's like a really good looking guy.
Really?
Yeah, really good.
I heard he could be replaced by a teddy bear at any point.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say you guys probably seen the video of Buck and Park Trader at Carolina because it's made the rounds.
What was that?
Yeah, apparently Buck just about fell off at the water, went right off the side and managed to get back to the middle of the saddle.
I saw you hanging off the side of one to jump too.
Yeah, well, your horse put yourself in a lot more trouble. Park Trader, incredible horse, great gallop, great desire. I just think that one, you've done a great job producing him. I didn't like him so much when you bought him. I told you exactly that. But he's just, you've made him into what you thought he could be. It's just really impressive, and I think that you've got great owners on him, and I think that they should have a great weekend. I mean, his dressage is sometimes right there, and then sometimes it's just not quite there. So it'll be interesting to see what you've got. How's he going?
Well, my number in hockey was number 2. My lucky number is number 2. I'm going to go with that.
Okay,
I'm very excited about him. I think he's going great, but I will let the results speak for me.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan. All right.
Boyd with Steady Eddie. Boyd's done a really good job with this horse. Again, talking about one that you weren't a huge fan of. Like when I first saw FERNHILL FUGITIve, I thought it was the most beautiful horse I've ever seen. When I first saw Steady Eddie, I thought, oh, poor Boyd. But he's done an unbelievably good job. I think this is the horse that he broke his leg on.
Yeah.
I never thought he would get it to show jump the way he has. It's show jumping good, and obviously Boyd's a great rider and a great competitor, and if it has a chance, he's got the jockey on it. It's
a really fast horse too, I think, from what I've seen. It's got a great gallop, and that last day, Boyd just does such a lovely job riding her from the leg into the hand. He just stays, he's got a bit of a flat hand, but they just stay connected really lovely, and he just wraps him around the jump great. So I don't think it's a winner, but again, I would think it would be top 12 anyways, is my estimation. I'm not, saying it can't be better than that, but you'd certainly expect to see it down there in the ribbon ceremony.
I think he'd be pretty happy with the top 12. That would just be my guess.
Yeah.
But what do I know? You got a Canadian here that's going 4th, Jessica Phoenix with ABBEY GS.
Yeah, Jessica, I rode on the Pan Am team with her in 2007, and then she was an individual at the Worlds in 2010. She's the most positive person you could ever imagine. Came back from a bad fall last year to win a medal at the Pan Ams last summer with a different horse. So she got Abbey GS here. It's a very nice Trakehner horse, well bred by Charlotte Chicken Dance. I don't suspect that Jessica's going to actually take it out on course, is my feeling. I think she's going to do the dressage. No, I know nothing. I just think that the horse right now is maybe just a little green for this, and I think that Jessica realizes it, and I think she's putting it in that environment to get the atmosphere. She's smart. She's done that with a few of them, and then they usually go on and win the next 3 stars. So I could be wrong. I know she thinks really highly of this horse, and it is a very good jumper, and it has quite a good record. I don't think it's going to be finishing the weekend.
Well, there you go. I mean, I think Jess is unbelievably competitive, unbelievably sweet. She's got a pretty few kids, but she's competitive as they come.
Yeah.
And you say she's not going to go cross country? Not going to go cross country.
Well, I don't know that, but I tell you what, she is certainly the one thing with her. If she goes, she's going to be going for it. She's the one thing about her. She goes down fighting all the way.
And she could probably run the Boston Marathon.
She probably could.
There you go. Number 5, Lillian Hurd. Love the horse.
Yeah.
Lillian is one of my favorite people. She called me up when we had truck trouble one time going to an event far away, and she got my stalls ready for us. So I'm picking Lillian to win.
Yeah, well, good. I will say I ran into Lillian for the first time at FERNHILL a couple of years ago, and in the last jog in the waiting area. She's a very good rider. I'd seen her ride, and I'd heard some stuff about her. She's about as funny a person as I've ever come across. I mean, just right off, hilarious.
Totally, and very, very good rider.
Yep.
And this horse jumps awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it jumps awesome. And she's, you know, the epitome of what a event rider is. She help anybody do anything. It's just an example that we were having a tough time getting an event, and she got 20 stalls ready or whatever. And you know, that says a lot about a person. And
it seems that the horse does have some blips on the cross country occasionally, and the way it jumps, and I know David thinks a lot of her as a rider. She has yet to really pull the whole thing off as far as I've seen in following her. So
this is going to be her year.
This is going to be her year. It's going to happen for sure at some point, so maybe it is.
Why not now?
Yep. So we got Ryan Wood.
Ryan is, you know, worked his way up to this level. He works very hard. He's a very good rider. I don't know a lot about Frankie. I think it's quite a little horse, if I remember correctly, and you know, he's produced it to this level. So good job on you, Ryan, and good luck.
The thing with Ryan is he really does seem to take his time with him when he's bringing him on. He's Australian. Very good rider. You don't move all the way across the world unless you have some sort of desire to do something, you know. That takes the first bit of effort where you're saying, you know what, I'm going to put myself out there, and
sure.
It really seems to be turning out for him. He's got a good string of horses. He continues to perform well every time out, and I gotta say, I think you're going to, I don't know the horse terribly well either, but in the next couple of years, if not this year, Ryan's certainly going to feature here where people are going to, you know more about him in a much broader scale. So.
Sure, and I mean, there's no substitute for hard work, and the boy works hard. And I think, you know, I don't know if this is his best chance, but I think he's got 2 others, and this will show him his way around the course once, and off he goes on the next 2.
Yep. Then we got Holly Payne, and I can't pronounce her last name. The other one.
Caravella.
Of course.
My Lawrenceville education coming in there. Holly's. You know, this horse struggles a little bit in the dressage. Mm-hmm. It is very, very fast on the cross country. You know, so I think she has another one later that's quite nice, and this horse will give her a good run the first time around the course, and you know, she'll go clear in the time that is nearly a given. Yeah. It's just a matter of how well she can sort of handle and manage the first day. But you know, it's exciting that Holly's got a couple of nice horses, and another up-and-coming person in this sport that has worked her way up to this level, and she's a great girl, and she's also the sister of the guy you hate, Doug Payne.
The horse is incredibly fast, but I wonder whether the horse is incredibly fast because Holly's on it, because she seems to ride fast on everything. She rides well. on the cross country. The horse is going to be very hard to manage in that environment. He is early though, at number 7 in. There's not going to be as many people around, and that's going to probably play to an advantage for her, I would think.
Yeah, that being said, that sometimes going real early, sometimes Kentucky have been fortunate to have horses first, middle, and last. And sometimes it's actually more difficult to ride them early. There's almost more atmosphere when there's a few people and you hear every single person walking around. When it's full, it seems to be sort of almost calming. So anyway, whatever, but for whatever that's worth, good luck, Holly.
Not worth much coming from you.
Exactly, probably not.
We got Lauren Kieffer on Landmark's Monte Carlo.
Yeah, I mean, Lauren had a sort of a breakout year last year. You know, she had some big successes. Landmark's Monte Carlo, I believe it's the horse that she fell on for a couple weeks ago. Is it the gray horse?
I don't know.
Yeah, thanks.
I think it is.
Supposed to know most everything.
I know.
But, you know, certainly they'll have that sorted out. And, you know, Lauren's had a little bit of a tough spring. She had a tough fork, literally. Yeah. She had a couple of falls, and these things happen, and if you're going to do this sport, you're going to fall, and you're going to get back up, and you're going to try again. And, you know, I think that you know, this is obviously a nice horse, and she's a beautiful rider. Yeah,
the one thing with Lauren is she doesn't, in a positive way, she doesn't change her ride when things are going wrong. So like if she had the first 4 stars she did on the little Arab horse, when she stopped in stadium, she kept her composure, came back around, jumped the course exactly the same as she would have if she hadn't had to stop, which I think is really difficult to do, because those are the times that you want to, I'm like, oh, that's it, I'm going to pick you up and throw you over every fence. And she just rode with perfect style right from that point on, never let it bother her. And so I don't know that the fall is going to bother her. She did have an incredible year last year, and sometimes that is great, and sometimes it is hard, because you start to find that you think you're in the groove, and then when you start to lose it, you kind of question what you're doing. But I don't think that's going to affect her at all.
I've noticed that you seem to remember all the bad things that happened to everybody. That she had to stop on an Arab in the show time.
She was incredible. A little horse. She did a great job. She produced it, her first 4-star. Just because I watch people other than myself, you know.
Yeah, and you like, yes, somebody else. Stop. God, I'm gonna pull that one out. Did you remember my first Kentucky?
No.
Well, I didn't leave any fences up. I knocked every single one down.
Really? Good for you.
Yeah, so.
Was that on Wolfie?
Uh-huh.
Oh, there you go. Well, I see. I didn't remember that. I remembered other shows on.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah. So, and then you sold it to some poor amateur Canadian, I think.
Yeah.
So Elisabeth Halliday-Sharp, FERNHILL by night. Obviously, that one has been unbelievable on the flat for years now. At this level, she's struggled to get the clear rounds on the cross country, and it's holding her back from the big ribbons and big performances. And you know, I think if she pulls it off and gets this, she's had a little different approach this year in her build up to it, and how she's managed the horse. So it'll be interesting to see how that pays off. But she rides well enough, the horses are good enough. I just think on the day she's just got to be slightly sharper if she puts the speed on, because when she puts the speed on, sometimes things the wheels come off a little bit. She has that odd run out and stop.
I think that this is the best horse in the competition. Mm-hmm. Like talent-wise, I mean, that one and of course Park Trader. But you know, Liz is moved over here for the winter, and she goes back in the summer and all that kind of stuff. She was a race car driver, and she's already done what you asked her to do to get sharper. And so it's Elisabeth Halliday, and she put sharp on the end, so she's ready to go.
Ready to go.
I think I mean, it's going to be good in the dressage, and you know, she had a mistake at the fork. Mm-hmm. But I think this is a very, very good horse.
Unbelievable.
On the day, so it's, for me, it's either the winner or the loser.
I was just going to say, is either going to feature in the top 5, or it's going to be, and then we'll have to, think about how she goes forward from there. Well, not that we do, but. And then we got Tim Price on Banjo, who he produced the horse since it was 3 years old, apparently. It's been in his barn. Tim's an incredible rider, really laid back, easygoing. He had his other horse he had to withdraw this morning from the competition, Wesco. And I think this one struggles a little bit in the show jumping, if I remember the records correctly.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Tim certainly has the head for this kind of event. I mean, he's, like you said, he's laid back. He's a great guy, and, it would be a big disappointment to have lost Wesco. Yeah. And I think, that can't be understated because he's got to mentally get back in that place where he wants to go again. Because we do love these horses, and it can be devastating. And when you lose one, obviously at that level, of that caliber, and the dreams he had of winning an individual medal, not to mention a team medal, or even to just go to the Olympics, that can be devastating. And but if somebody can bounce back, I think it's Tim. And so, I don't know much about this horse, but if he's bringing it all the way here, it must be.
Well, yeah, it's hard to put on the plane, is he, without some intention. And the thing as well is that he has such a manageable way about him that he's able to, I think, sort of compartmentalize and get onto the next horse and put it behind him, which is, so the signature of the top riders.
It's called professional.
Oh, right. Right. I thought professional was actually made money.
No.
That's
there's nobody on this list that made any money, I can tell you that much. But there's some that act more professional than others.
Yeah. All right, well that's it for this first 10 at Rolex. Stay tuned for the next episode because we cover a few more people, and in that batch we've got Michael Young, and obviously everybody's always talking about Michael Young.
And Kyle will remember something bad about him, I'm sure.
Yes, he fell up early on the little mare.
Yep.
All right, and there's very few things bad I actually remember about him. So, anyways, let's see you in the next